Yeah, right here off my collar. Let a nigga step 1 foot in this yard, I put it on guard, it's gonna be problems. Won't be clips and it's gonna be hollows. Won't be lip, I don't do no combo. Got my whip and a few more follow. Once I'm pissed, they gon' move on pronto. I know real niggas ain't gon' sleep when it's beef in the street.
Definitely.
100%. Speaking of the cover, you know what I'm saying? Other battles went down. You need something?
Yeah, I gotta get this ready. Right now, I gotta get this ready.
They have to copy what I say, apparently.
Oh boy.
Nah. This respectfully, these views that I'm about to express definitely don't respect the views of Champion. So y'all know. So let's go on. Let's get it.
Okay, wow. Y'all see, what we say and what they say got nothing to do. You know what I mean? They be up here all the time anyway. Salute to them. Sue Surf versus John the Don went down. I thought it was a good battle. To me personally, I thought it was to the hype.
Okay.
I thought it did.
Mm-hmm. I do too. Surf didn't wear a jacket, so apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. But
oh my God.
Other than that, you know, it went again.
Yeah.
Kind of how I said it would. It 2,000 people. Sue Surf, like the return, and everybody saying, "What if?" The problem is when you have one of those what if battlers, Twerk, Surf, Chess, those 3 guys. When you go into, I'm battling them, and what if they don't have all 3 rounds? What you have to say is, what if they do?
Yep.
And when they do, all 3 of them are very, very hard to get a clear win on. They're very, very hard to get a clear win on. And John's approach, I don't think was. I think he wanted Sue Surf, and he wanted Sue Surf on a big stage, and he didn't realize what battling Sue Surf on a big stage was like. That whole aura thing, the part that the jacket breakdown of you have to get past his aura.
Spoke to superstar.
Right. And that's a real thing. That is an attribute. That superstar power can exceed, you know, a bar that you say that might be good but not great.
Yeah, it's a force field.
Right.
Force field.
And so when we talked about the jacket and taking the jacket off, and the crowd, now Surf has the crowd in his hand. When Surf went up there, how many other people can have the crowd going crazy and your crowd control move is shut up? Not many people can do that. Like, that's a thing.
That takes a little bit of boldness. That ain't really...
Right, but it's star power that lets you get away with that.
When he said shut up, I kept talking.
That's what...
Right,
sir.
So...
You see me in the pit, I still was talking when you said that, trust me.
The whole thing is very simply that going into that battle, John is a solidified star. I'm not trying to say that he isn't a star or isn't a vet. But there are different levels of stardom, and Surf is one of those guys where, unfortunately,
are we just putting this on Stardom? What about the actual content?
Oh no!
Not only that though,
too.
But not only that though, this is a 10-year. This has history with it.
Is it real? I don't think it's 10 years. I bet it's 4 or 5.
Okay, well,
however many you want to give.
PSA Hip Hop 3 Letterman clip we came out in 2016.
Either way, it's been projected as if so that John is chasing Surf. So with that happening, he had to fight that as well.
But John made as much of a tactician as he is, and I didn't want to say this until after the battle. He acknowledged it when they announced it. I got him, y'all. Yeah. You literally sound like Wile E. Coyote. Like, I finally caught the road runner. Now what do I do?
Get TNT dropped on my
Bruh, like it was. That's what it was.
All right, so y'all give. I wanted y'all to give y'all review of the battle and everything, like whatever, because I got a lot of things to say.
Okay, and as far as the battle, the content matters too, but the John never got past Surf star power.
His first round
from the entry.
Literally, if you're in the building, if you're in the building, literally first round after John is done, people looking around like, I don't know.
Right.
Like that, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, like type of thing. It just wasn't.
Surf went first, right?
People, no.
John went first. It's like, was that enough to get it? And then when Surf went, it was over.
Mistake one.
It was over.
But people were saying that John made it like that purposely, like plant seeds or whatever.
He knew his first, and he knew his
What people?
Right. They knew Surf was going
Shout out to Yoshi G. I seen Yoshi. Yoshi tweeted something like that.
During the
He
battle?
made it. So what happened with the next ones?
I didn't because I was in the building. I didn't get to follow up with the next second and third based on what she was saying. I mean, I seen it for myself though.
So I'll be interested in her new opinion. But we
She
saw
ain't
that.
sweet though. That's good.
Yeah.
She get like,
We got.
Hold on. Let me go before you. Y'all know what y'all about to do. I know your name was mentioned in the battle. You're a vocal point
My
in the
name
third.
is what?
It was mentioned in the battle.
Okay. Just making sure. I just want to emphasize that.
Multiple times.
A lot of times.
I think the round was based off of you.
Right.
Y'all situation.
If I was
Hold up. Let me do my actual initial, review of the battle.
Let me get the microphone right.
All right, shout out to John and Don. Shout out to Sue Surf. Shout out to the trophies.
I think what I gotta say is gonna surprise y'all.
Okay, we'll see about that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right.
Cause Surf is a weirdo.
Hold on. See, that's what I'm talking about. And then I gotta stop him, right? Don't call Surf.
Yeah.
Let me do my.
Hold me back, Black. Don't hold me back, Black.
I gotta hold it back.
Don't hold me back,
What
Black.
happens, man? Come on, let me do my thing. John and Sue Surf. When John was finishing first, I'm like, okay, this is dope material. He might have been planting seeds to make me on back for the third, possibly. But like you said, everybody, this is beatable.
Right.
We already know Surf's gonna take the first round.
Right.
We enter in the second round. John has, I feel like, a great second round. He even has crowd participation. He even does the ABC, multiple choice, all the above. I'm like, he could possibly take this round because Surf could probably gas out in the second, and then to go against people saying, I'm gonna get a third round. Okay, my weak round is the second round. I'm gonna have a third round. So it's like I won the battle. Surf goes second round, and the second round is good as well. Arguably, you can argue that he won the second too. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I know how battle rap works. I'm like, okay, if Surf chokes in the third, he doesn't win the battle, even if y'all gave him the first two. Which is it's a strange. We gotta talk about that at one point. We have to talk about that because y'all have him winning the first two, but if he chokes in the third, he loses the entire battle.
That's fact.
We'll get to that at some point someday. By the third round, I was shocked to see the crowd booing John. I don't think John was ever at the point where he deserved to be booed. I don't think his content was bad at all either.
Nah, so you gotta be objective in this.
What do you mean?
Like there's a bar that like your material isn't in a vacuum. None of us.
Okay.
So you gotta no matter how much of a weirdo Surf is, you gotta take into consideration that his material, John's material, isn't being weighed against John's material.
Right,
it's being weighed against his opponent's material.
Right.
So when a
That's
nigga
why I say the opponent matters. When I do champion, I'm like, opponent matters for a reason.
Opponent matters, and when you go matters, believe it or not. Like if you go first or you go second. Sometimes battles are determined by that. Not saying this one was, but I'm saying that to say that if you're not making a compelling argument, you're not matching the energy that your opponent is, a lot of times it gets to looking a lot worse than what it is because style clashes. Remember, styles make fights. Surf's style, he's more prone to explosive moments. That's just him. He's not the most technically sound, but in terms of how he works the stage and him being able to garner reaction, he has a very energetic and very fan-based performance when he raps. And John ain't necessarily that. He's a tactician. He's a nigga that picks you apart, makes you look at the nigga differently, and picks the right thing to talk about.
Was it the wrong time to do it in front of
2,500? Exactly it was. That's what I'm saying. Like we're not giving enough credence to that. That was the wrong time.
I'm simplifying for the audience.
That's it. Like that's exactly what I'm saying. It was the wrong time to not like the few times that John was, and I'm go ahead and get your spiel though, because
that was pretty much.
I got a lot to say about this.
No, man, MC went at 37. That's a whole different story, though. Oh,
okay.
My God. Lost money for today. Anywho, it was just, I would assume that John would try to fight Surf back with firepower. That's what it took. Explosive moments. I mean, if you're going to dissect him for 30 seconds or more.
Is it capability?
That comes down to capability.
Yeah, he's capable of that? I think he's capable of that.
Not
he has the wrong gameplay.
You gotta be honest.
Going into the battle, he said, I'm going to talk to him. It's about rap.
Yeah.
When he posted when he posted the IG clip, he literally said in the comments, "Yo, it's about rap. Y'all talking about this, that. It's about rap."
Yeah, and that's a bad look.
Because
you said that. You said it was about rap. Now I'm not talking about even the approach. You said that, and then what happened? See, this is the thing with niggas being tacticians. You know what I'm saying? It's surface level. Because you're talking about, it looks horrible. Like, say me and you battle, J Black. And my whole aim
I wouldn't know exactly what to do when the last round. Go ahead.
Say me and J Black battle, right?
Wash 30.
For no reason will I ever battle a blogger.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not that. I'm not that. I entered as a battle rapper.
I don't know what you're answering.
I entered. My first videos are battle videos.
I don't know what you're answering. I don't know what you're answering.
2009, 2010.
I don't know.
Verified.
They're private.
Verified.
They're private.
I can make them public anytime.
Go ahead.
They know that.
Do it.
First videos on my channel are battles.
Push the goddamn button.
Blogger what?
Push the goddamn button, blogger. So I'm saying
I'm a battle rapper.
Yeah, push the goddamn.
Watch.
Push the goddamn.
I'm gonna clip one of these niggas, man. I've been writing. SM11 has motivated me. I got more shit. I added a whole nother round to my shit, nigga. And he heard a bar. He heard. I'ma lean him with that. Go ahead though.
I think that does.
So my point I'm saying is that when you battle a nigga, oftentimes, right, picking an approach is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pick an approach and you're breaking an opponent down. This is trade secrets. But if you're breaking an opponent down, right? If I say I'm gonna break Jay Black down.
Stop using my name.
I'm breaking him down. Okay, my bad. I'm breaking K Black down. So I'm breaking K Black down, right?
K Black.
If my breakdown and what I'm doing to make the audience look at him differently, if he actually does the exact opposite of that, I look crazy. My breakdown is useless.
Right.
My breakdown has been nullified.
You don't rap a third
when you have
round.
a whole round, when you have a whole approach about a nigga not caring about the culture, about him not being prepared, him not taking it seriously.
Right.
But all 3 rounds he's demonstrating he's taking it seriously. It nullifies your argument. It doesn't give any credence to it.
I remember deja vu.
Go ahead.
I said the exact same thing. And this is not twerking though, so come on. I don't think I said. Yes, you going to? I feel like
I was surely getting ready to say,
I was like, oh.
but because Loso and John cool. Go ahead.
Charlie Clips.
Same approach,
Oh, here we go. Oh my god.
And
Shout out to
worked out
Loso
the same
and
way. But go ahead.
Charlie, I think it was Charlie Clips versus Pat Stair, somebody, and they was talking about how, or was it Charlie Clips versus I forget. It's a battle where they kept saying how our Clips don't be having prepared not this, and the whole all 3 Clips was ready, and it hurt. So the same situation. Yeah, go ahead.
So I mean. Am I getting into my spiel now? Because if I am, I'm about to.
Oh, yeah, I mean, so the champion.
Nah,
Our situation, I don't know what you want to say. I don't know what type of time he's on.
The piggy.
Disclaimer: we don't listen. Whatever this is not a scripted show.
Hold on, wait.
This is not a scripted show.
Yeah, put the disclaimer out there.
Yeah. No, I don't know what he's gonna say. I can't hold him back. I can probably stop him, but
to
go ahead.
piggyback what he was saying as far as, you know, you have to execute that angle. You have to execute. You're trying to break down this MC or whatever it is that you're trying to take away from his abilities. When you say that, it flips him to the other side. When you don't do that, you have now basically told the crowd to say, "Oh, everything you said was bullshit."
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. We don't believe you. We don't believe you. You know.
Go ahead.
No.
You don't make declarative statements in battles. It's the worst thing you could do. You don't say, if you walk across this stage one time, I'm gonna punch you in your face. And then he just walks across the stage and then you don't punch him in the face.
Right. That's
it. You don't say you choking every battle and then the nigga don't choke.
You disarm.
You disarmed yourself.
Right, exactly. Because if you don't say that, nobody's. I get what you're saying.
Yo, battle rap, there was 2 ways to highlight a nigga's deficiency. 2 ways. You point it out, or you do it yourself.
Right.
That's how you highlight a deficiency in what someone does.
Right.
You either you make a point of speaking about it, or you actually do it in order to contrast what they don't do.
Right.
Yeah. That's how you do. That's an effective way of breaking something down. So if you're gonna show that you're the more complete battle rapper, is what you've been dubbed your entire career, respectfully and rightfully so. You're he's one of the most complete battlers. If you're gonna demonstrate that, you should demonstrate that as opposed to trying to highlight the other person's deficiencies.
Okay, that's Ali.
And I'm still not in my spiel yet.
That's Ali.
Before you I got more to say.
I gotta say something about being aware.
I was literally about to say, you know, that also goes into the preparation. Now, if you are saying that this person is not going to come with a third, and they come with a third, and it's over. Now, along with that, if you have something for the rapper to talk about, such as content, such as an event, such as something going down at an event, who involves someone else.
That's cool.
Childish. We back. Go ahead.
It's almost the capacity back there.
All right, back to what you were saying, She, before I get back into my
all right. Basically, what we saw was that when he had, when John basically said that he wasn't going to come with a third, what happens with that?
Did he say that though?
He kind of
alluded to it.
Yeah, pretty much saying in your career you don't come with thirds.
Right. So he was kind of thinking, and what happens when he does?
We gotta, put the perspective.
Focus on that.
And we got to hear a side that you basically been chasing this man. This man is telling you from a side of some shit, an event that you did, action that you did. Right. Now we're hearing it from this standpoint, and we heard Ace's name a lot.
Yeah, hold on. Before I'm not gonna let y'all either like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of what we're saying is John. I think we gotta give credit to
Yes,
Sue
see,
Surf.
there you go. I was gonna say,
giving credit
you
to
gotta be a
Surf.
real nigga. You gotta be a real nigga.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do some real nigga shit. He's a weirdo, but
I'm giving credit to
Sue
Surf.
We're gonna give him his credit.
Well,
because the opposite way, had he lost or not had that third round, we would be talking crazy about him.
Mm-hmm.
We would be focused on what he didn't do and not what he did.
Right.
And we would be focused on
And
it.
predictions, who did you have?
I had Surf.
And that's how much of a shot,
Surf.
unbiased. I had John 2-1, a real rap.
Who'd you have in the predictions?
Champion is a great platform to talk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
so
champion
who'd you
has
have?
a high regard.
You had who?
Because I remember the post calling you by name and saying what you should do. Who did you have?
What?
Who did you have? You had John, right?
Me speaking on English.
Oh.
No, I speak
Go
Espanol.
ahead, make your point then.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait, let me.
It's short.
There you go.
Yeah. I lost my point. Look, you know, now we brought it back. Just give it respect. You know, kudos to Sue Surf.
Give him his.
Bro,
his.
it's not. I said okay. He got to bring 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
But also you got to bring 3 quality rounds. Sue Surf brought 3 quality rounds, and you can argue that he won every last one of them. The second round.
The second round's the only one.
Second round, John had a good second round, but
It's the only one
Surf had a good one too.
It's the only one.
That's the second round
And he went second.
Right.
See, well,
And he
again,
went second.
because that might not have been debatable had.
And then you got
Right.
There you go.
he had a multiple choice. Then Surf had a multiple choice.
Right.
It's like my lawyer said none of the above.
None of the
Like
above,
damn. So Surf
We,
did his
we,
thing.
we can argue the second round if we want to, placate it and say, all right, it was 2-1.
If
To make it
you're
sound
looking to give a nigga a
That would
2-1,
happen.
Right.
we gotta break down the tragedy this is. Because
Hold on.
I had John 2-1.
Okay.
I predicted. So before I say what I'm about to say, I had John into the battle. I told John before the battle. I saw him downstairs. I said, yo, I got you 2-1. You know what I'm saying? He said he gonna win the first, right? I said, yeah, he definitely.
Oh, so he was.
I said he definitely gonna get the first. I said he definitely gonna. This the
Turn up
kind,
second and
you know.
third.
So I had John winning 2-1. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had John winning 2-1 going into the battle. Coming out of the battle, no freaky. All right, then let's talk.
The building.
Let's talk about this because we gotta be like at some point y'all gotta realize like I really am a professional battle rapper. He's a professional battle rapper. He's an analyst. He's a professional analyst.
I'm a
They've been
professional
around
battle
this
rapper too. I rap
I
on
don't
stage,
know
URL,
these
closing
views
like
don't necessarily reflect the
They
views
don't
of
reflect
Ace
that. I'm a
Amin.
battle rapper.
Okay.
Not
They
me.
don't.
Not me.
Those views don't reflect the views of Ace Amin.
Y'all gonna see it
Or
too.
anyone else.
A year and a half.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's 2023.
Pay me now. It'll be tomorrow. What's
We're not
up?
listening to that. So let's understand that we understand the sport. Like no funny shit. When a nigga's a plumber, no matter how well you understand the intricacy of a toilet and the plumbing system in the house, the plumber knows it a little bit better because that's what he's a professional. That's what he does.
So we're the plumbers.
So I'm not, and it's not at all. Now I'm not even talking about. This isn't about y'all. It's about me giving kudos because we got to break down the situation. Because like I said, the weirdo nigga. If he would have lost, we would be bashing this nigga. If he would have had two, if he'd have had 1 round, we'd be bashing the fuck out of him. If he had 2 rounds, we'd have been bashed. So we gonna give him the. So we gonna break the situation out and discuss the tragedy that John was. Because you can't. Like what do you do? No funny shit. And this is respectfully, John. You know what I'm saying? You feel how you want. But this is respect. This is a professional opinion. It's nothing personal in this. I had you winning the battle. I told you. I looked you in your eyes and told you. So let's go and let's give Sue Surf his credit as along with show how much of a weirdo he is. So John, you wanted this battle for. You say 5, Sue Surf says 10, consensus is somewhere between that. 8 years, 6 years, whatever it was, you chased this battle. You sat out for a long time. Me and you battled on your league. You haven't battled on your since Summer Madness. You get up there and you arguably have maybe one of your worst received performances live.
Received.
Like the material was there, the content was there, but
You had some shit.
But you're also responsible for how you deliver it.
Right.
We're all responsible for that. Like no matter how dope the material is, there is this thing in battle rap called delivery. We're all responsible for that as individuals. We have to package it in a way that is consumable by the fans or by whoever is in attendance. And that disconnect, being able to have the correct approach to do that, the level of history behind the battle, you can't where do you go after this? Not saying he's done. Not at all.
Right.
There's no. He
But
can
it's
get
like,
a
what
battle.
battle do you
What
take
battle
next?
makes sense?
Right,
After
after
you've
this.
clamored for a battle for this long, you get it, and it's a disappointment all the way across the board, other than the second round. In terms of reception, not in terms of
First
the
round was
content.
solid.
First round was cool. First round didn't shake nothing. First round didn't make
Solid.
us say. First round never made anybody feel like this nigga was in danger in the building. I'm standing there, I'm on stage. I'm around, and no one felt like, yeah, this nigga can't beat this, or this gonna be one of them ones. After that, rap, Nick, as soon as he stopped rapping, the thought on all our faces was,
this ain't enough. This ain't enough.
It wasn't one of them rounds where we said, oh, we got one.
Yeah, we got one of these.
When Chess finished his first round, everyone on stage said he can't beat this round.
Right. How was he?
Everyone on stage said he cannot. Niggas on stage said he can't. Fuck
right.
a nigga next to me. You know, it's crazy how much of a unifying thing that battle rap is. This is a nigga I never seen, met before in my life. He's like, we're bonded. We're like best friends on stage.
Right,
he like, bro, I don't know how. He said, Easy can't beat this bad. And I had to explain to him. I said, no, there's an energy transfer. The round goes off because his round was so high power. If Easy's able to capture the energy within the first 8 bars, it's gonna come. It's the energy go to him. And now, because all the fans, we gonna be thinking this. Oh, we got one. We got one. We're excited. We got one. Here it goes. Right. Now we're on the edge of the seat. They're super receptive. Now let's go back to John John. You can't chase a battle for 14 years.
You went to 14.
You cannot chase a battle for 14 years.
4 years.
Get up there and let a nigga demonstrate exactly why he's been saying he wasn't gonna battle you.
Right.
He literally demonstrated, like, you didn't have anything to counter what the nigga's entire argument was for why he wasn't battling you. He literally said, you're not a big enough superstar. That's literally what he told you. Not nobody enough in this culture for you. You only do good against the nigga. Like, it solidified it. You had a debatable with Ace Amin. Took more time off. Got booked for a URL battle. Battled him on a neutral site. Well, URL, you said it wasn't neutral because he owned the company. Cool. Battled him. Came with the approach of he's bigger than the culture. You think you're bigger than the culture. And the nigga demonstrated why when he's fully prepared, he is who he is. And you allowed that. You didn't even fight. On reception wise, it didn't appear that you was fighting back.
Right.
What do you do next?
What do you mean, what do you do next?
You take real name Brandon.
Nah.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm saying you can't get a battle with
No.
What
makes sense? You can't just, bro. He can't battle anybody. Like, bro. For a nigga, you know what it is. For niggas that get to a certain point, when you get in a certain level, and it's not to speak ill, I want niggas to get money. Don't get that twisted. League on all that, we done got money together. I want you to get money. I'm saying, how do you go to them and look them in the face and say, I want a pay increase?
Right.
How can you, honestly, how can you, with good faith, look them niggas in the face and say, after this battle, after what you just saw, I deserve to be paid more for my next battle. And who do you battle? Who do you battle? Like, does a nigga that's higher, that's like one of the God tier niggas,
they don't.
They say, all right, well, I'm about to battle him now?
No, what he does.
Yeah, he can battle Mook.
All right, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Nobody stop me. Nobody stop me, though. Nobody stop me, though.
Summer Madness.
Nobody stop me, though.
Last battle.
You can battle Mook.
Anyway.
You can battle Mook.
Last battle. Summer Madness next year. I hope so. Jay Black said, if that happens, blame Jay Black.
Welcome.
But he battles Real Name Brandon or Holmes the Guy or Fonz. He takes one of those.
Why would he have to do that?
No, he doesn't have to. It's a battle that makes sense for him.
Why?
Because it helps. Because that's technically.
Hold on.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So you asked, where does he go next, right?
I know it.
So he takes one of those guys who've done something by winning one of the tournaments, but that's in his wheelhouse.
So listen to this. Because I think you're looking at it in like a micro sense. Look at it in a macro.
Okay.
If the culmination point of a career's void, like your career arc, like say you know how everybody has
right.
What do you call it? End game battle.
Right.
How everybody has end game. This was a potential end game type battle.
Right.
You should not have an end game battle and then go back.
But there's no forward point after end game.
There is.
There was.
Now you're the goal now.
There was a.
That's the goal. Now niggas. Now. Let me ask you. And this is not. Like I said, this is just an observation. Niggas from my class and lower. After that performance, which one of them niggas is saying, "Yeah, I can't wait for me to get to the point where I can battle John John"? Who's saying that?
From my
class lower. So hold on. So we acting as if it's a little different because Surf battled Lux, who's an endgame boss. He fumbled that.
No, but this is why that's different.
Because Surf talked a lot of shit.
No, not only that, you know why it's different. It's once again, Surf had a bad performance. He was fucking up.
If Surf had 3 rounds,
Weirdo was fucking up.
If Surf had 3,
Weirdo was fucking up against Lux.
If he would have been in there, got all 3 rounds out and lose.
Right now. You shooting at Surf and John John.
I haven't said nothing about the Weirdo. Does not go for John John.
Okay, so who's the Weirdo?
That's it's not John John. I didn't call John John a weirdo one time. I haven't called John John out of his name since the horse shit. That was years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're over that. We're past that. was years. That was 14 years ago.
Okay, I got you.
14 years ago. As long as you chase the circle, all that's done. But my point is saying that is where do you go? Like end game, like not, and it's not saying that the end game battle is like the defense. It's like kind of like Tay-Rock. When Tay-Rock battled Hitman, that was like a passing the torch. When Tay-Rock battled Hollow, that was you letting them know. Now Rock is one of those niggas. Now Rock is an end game battle for niggas. Rock is a nigga that when you come into the game, you say. They say, who would you like to battle?
Right.
You say, Tay-Rock.
Right, I got
That's
you.
one of those. Like when you first start battle rapping, they ask you, who would if you had one battle, like if you had to do all of this to get the 2 battles, who would you pick?
Right.
He would be one of them.
Now let's go to the third round. You know what I mean? Your name was brought up a lot.
Yeah, let's highlight all these things though. Let's highlight all these
Here we go. Y'all wrote it down? Let me see.
No, I didn't write it down yet. We're gonna write it down. We're gonna write down the history. We'll just highlight
History of
all
who?
it.
You and Sir?
Nah, yeah, I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed right
Come
now.
on here, y'all. Something they doing something else.
All right, that's the history.
Can I see that? I can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see.
Okay,
Okay,
history of who? You and
No, that was John. After all that, we just checking off all the marks because it's like this is precipitous fall. Like this is bad. We're giving Surf his flowers, but we're also gonna talk about why he's a weirdo at the same time. Like it's the whole
So
thing.
Surf was in the third round. He's talking about you in a situation that happened prior that stopped an event, but it kept going, whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he used that to kind of, cement the third round.
Which is fine.
Apparently it worked.
I'm not mad at that.
But he said all that, and then you agreed with him on stage, and then he said, "Can I repeat what he said?" He said, "You still an itch though."
That's not how he said it, but it was worse than that. He's a, you know what I'm saying?
He asked you a question and said, "Yeah, okay, you still itch though."
I didn't ask, like, I didn't really.
Well, I feel like you kind
I
of
gave him the head nod to the side. I figured it was a setup. Say it again? Yeah, it was a setup. Did they give him a camera on it? I didn't see.
You were very, you could see, you even pushed, Becca Banks, I think, that's the chick name?
Yeah.
You pushed Becca
Shout out Becca Banks, though.
Push Becca Banks. Shout out Becca
Out
Banks.
the way.
Out the
to
way.
make
You
it
got
so
next
it
to
can be
Smack.
seen.
He was like, yeah, get it.
What I
Because
said?
you had a mic on.
Yeah, I was saying, but you was agreeing.
Yeah.
Your body language says that you're agreeing.
He's like, yeah, do that.
No, that wasn't that part.
Okay.
You confused the part. It was when he said the other shit about he did this, I said facts. And then that part where you're talking about, I don't get video.
You go, you fix it.
Yeah, on that video where he said, the part where he said that specifically, I said, fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't agree. I just like, he said, I give you know what I'm saying, ask him if I was the one that offered you the A, B, and C when this went on. I was like, I gave him like a, twist to the side, like, yeah, you right.
But how you feel? I mean,
yeah, it was crazy. I feel good. I'm saying, all right, so look, this is what you gotta realize.
And why you calling him weirdo?
Because you gotta see what niggas be doing. Like, niggas be weird. Like, he the type of nigga, right? His favorite go-to is, like on Twitter, a nigga asked him, yo, you battling Lou Castro next? And a nigga quotes a tweet and says, who? Right? But the nigga said his name in the round. And we ended every round. He said Lou Castro, mad powerful, nut chasers because Lou Castro had to shot for him early in the night.
He didn't add it on at that point?
He probably did because he shot, because Lou
He
Castro
said
shot.
my name.
But that's the point. He said who on Twitter after the battle. What are you mitigating?
Oh,
What are you arguing?
I had it
What are you
confused.
arguing? What are you talking about? It's the dreads. You're high.
Yeah, I don't know
You
why.
got dressed too.
No, it's your dreads,
why.
not it's those. Yeah, so my point being, that's weirdo shit. You know exactly who the fuck it is. But you relying on what John didn't he didn't highlight very well, but he highlighted the fact that you be hiding behind the star power shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to take away, like once again, we're giving him flowers. We're here to say
I'm gonna have to do a separate review.
the nigga smoke, the
I gotta do
nigga
a separate
smoke,
review.
bro, the nigga
This is crazy.
smoke, bro, listen, we have to talk about this fault. John really went up there and did anything. And no matter how you try to put it, he did anything. He did not seize
He
that
had a
moment.
game plan, and that's what he did. It
His
just didn't work.
game plan was anything.
I'm gonna talk to him. This is what he's doing. Brotherhood in the
Bro,
first round.
You should have
Help you
known
right
how you
together,
gonna
whatever.
combat
It
bombs.
just didn't work.
How do you combat bombs?
It didn't work. He wasn't out there doing anything.
He did. How do you combat bombs? The effectiveness of it was anything.
But
He didn't,
bombs.
the fact that you didn't have bombs.
Maybe he was trying to put out the fire though. Maybe that was his game plan.
But how? You gotta do that. You gotta fight fire with fire on that stage, bro. You can't.
You have bombs. You have the bomb squad.
He didn't even
The
break them
bomb
down,
squad
bro.
job
He
is
didn't
to-
even break
to
them down.
neutralize
If
that.
you're gonna do that, you gotta
He
break them down.
tried to.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about style, not him. He broke him down, yeah, as a man. Nobody give a fuck, bro. Nobody give a fuck about you breaking down a nigga not being no nigga with 3 rounds when the nigga got 3 rounds. Nobody give a fuck about that
What
shit.
about the first round of Brotherhood stuff?
No one give a fuck about that if you don't say it in a compelling way. They didn't give a fuck. Did it work? Let me ask you a question. How effective was it? You said, what about the Brotherhood stuff in the first round? What
I'm
about it?
saying that's what he was trying to do.
Did it work?
No.
Okay, so what do you think the disconnect between his exit? Well, I'm giving an answer. What do you think the disconnect was between him and the audience?
Firepower.
Execution. He didn't package it the correct way. That's
Powerful
it.
projection.
You gotta have shit in there that makes them like Cortez actually taught me something that people don't realize. I'm always learning. I'm one of the niggas that responds. Cortez said something on our face off because he thought that I was gonna rap about something that I wasn't. But he said you gotta rap about stuff that they give a fuck about.
No, that just. I'm talking about something totally different. I'm sorry.
He said you gotta rap about something they give a fuck about. That's it. Like angles only matter in as much.
They care about that timeline.
They care about that. In this case, they really cared about that timeline. He didn't discuss it the right way. The execution wasn't there. So the weirdo nigga, we talking about the third round. The weirdo nigga, he goes in there and he says the whole round he spends telling about how the nigga did some weird shit. But then he spins back at the very end of it and says, but he's a... And goes, I'd have smacked Ace with the, like, you know, all this extra shit. Like,
damn.
Like,
you was right on the stage too. You good?
I was right there. I'm perfectly fine. It was great, man. Summer Madness, my name was in every. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
like
not
4
mad at
battles.
that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at that at all. But my point being is, niggas are weird niggas. We gotta stop this shit. Like, we gotta. That's not even.
Well, stop it how? Stop it with what?
I mean, he knows what's up. See, the thing about a nigga like him is he's smart. He understands. That's why he switched up his third and said that shit about Luke Castro. He's smart. You gotta know, and I want y'all to understand this. When a nigga like him says a nigga name in the third round, he understands what the implication is.
He's planting seeds.
He understands what the implication is. You feel what I'm saying?
Castro gets more hot tomorrow than I already planted.
Yeah, so I exactly. Math Harper, these are all bags. These are all potential bouts that he thinks make sense. So for him to have a third round where he's willing to even, because he could have had that exact same third round and not really mention me or as much. Said one bar in reference to it and then just kept talking about the event.
Right, or could have done it without saying your name. Like you had a situation.
Exactly.
Right.
So you feel what I'm saying? So for that to happen, the nigga knows what he's planting seeds, which once again speaks to a nigga being a weirdo.
But is that weird?
Sure, it's weird because of the because of the tenor of the round, and then in contrast.
So
to
he
what
really
said then.
believe like he's weirdo.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think that's smart.
No, it's not.
Surf is a
It's not
concept.
execution.
Right.
But it's still weirdo behavior.
This is why Surf picked John.
Secure in the bag.
Why? Because he could do what he did.
I mean, after the battle, it's like you see why he picked him.
Right. You put it this way.
I mean, I know
Surf
it's
knew.
awesome.
Yeah, he knew what he could say.
And then we're not even talking about the fact that the battle wouldn't even happen if it wasn't for him. So if I definitely would have just kept my foot in it, it just wouldn't have happened.
Oh.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
How you know, man? They ain't got banned.
How do I know? You want to know how I know?
Separate.
I don't want to know.
You know
There
how
will
I
be a
know.
separate Sue Surf versus John review coming shortly after this one. Once you
Yeah,
experience this, this is all over the place.
Niggas is bugging. Like nigga know what he planting the seeds for.
We do not.
But
Right, these are Ace Amin's thoughts.
y'all gotta be stand up niggas though and give a nigga his flowers because like I said, all the platforms. Because if he lost and choked, there would be 4,000 blogs out right now. 4,000 drops right now. Right. But there's not that many talking about how John got
He's
washed.
on the front cover of Champion magazine.
That's not a.
No,
that's not a.
John
I said
got
media
washed.
drops. John got washed. The focus on the fact that he fought for a battle for 5 years and he got washed. We're talking about Swerve being crazy, but we're not talking about the fact that a nigga real live built it up, built the history. There was a big history there. He took a long break, was on a hiatus, came back, battled on URL first time in the year. Big name nigga. Had the chance to catapult himself into like the lane of one of them niggas.
What if you battle Surf and the same situation happened to you? Then what?
I'm not John. No offense. And I know how that's gonna sound. It's just a different type of
what
style.
What if the same thing happened to you though?
Yeah, he can't talk to like. What are you gonna say to me? What are you gonna say to me? You gonna say
John,
that to me?
John felt the same way going into the battle. What happened?
Nah, but it's different. I'm not John.
What's not different?
We're different.
If your name is being brought up, you got a plan for you too. What you talking about? I'm not trying to instigate a battle. That's not what I do. I don't instigate battle. Part of me. I don't instigate battle. Part of me.
Niggas can have plans for you, but you gotta have a plan as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I'm on Champion talking about the weirdo. And as long as we know that he's the weirdo, like we know who the weirdo is.
Who's the weirdo? Actually, you saying the weirdo can be anybody?
No, it can't. Niggas know exactly.
So there's two people.
It's one person.
I'm saying there's two people. There's John and there's Sue Surf. You're saying out of these two, John is not the weirdo. Okay.
That's not the weirdo.
Shout out to Sue Surf. You see what
And
it
you know what
is.
he was doing? Like he had a whole round about it. He talking about all this shit. I see how he's trying to frame it, but the point is that you have a whole round bigging it up at first and demonizing.
There's more cards coming up. You know
There's
what
a lot
I'm
more
saying?
cards.
And shout out to Sue Surf when a
But give
person
him
like
his
Sue
flowers.
Surf wins. Oh, the talk gonna be crazy.
What?
It's gonna be ridiculous.
But it should.
It's like the Max movie. It's like giving the gangster the Max.
It's not talk. It's just quiet though.
It's kind of quiet.
It's just quiet.
You talking now?
Nah, niggas is disappointed.
It's
It's the
quiet.
Floyd. It's the Floyd effect.
Hey,
no one talks about.
it would've been a lot
I can only
louder.
control what my platform
Can I
does.
raise my hand?
I can only control
Can I
my
raise my
platform
hand?
does. What
Yeah.
everybody else do, that's not on me.
But we're not speaking for your platform.
wait,
We're speaking for the general masses.
Wait. One moment.
We did 2 recaps already.
That's you.
In the building
Someone
with
you.
DNA. We dropped one on. I'll drop one the night of, and we here right now. Another one coming
that's
out.
not what-
This is the thing. If Jay Black says,
And the
or
reason I'm
Ace Amin, or she haven't, whatever. If you say, if we're talking about champions, so we're talking about champion, your YouTube channel, and you say, tomorrow I'm going to drop such and such. I'm going to drop Jagger J versus Drake. I'm going to drop that battle.
What you about to drop?
If it doesn't drop tomorrow, who are we supposed to look at and say, yo, you effing up?
Me.
Exactly. If you say I'm a battle whoever and I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and you do the battle, but you don't do A, B, and C, we look at you. Same thing. John said, and I quote, September 25th, I'ma save the culture, y'all.
Yeah. And what
He
happened?
set the expectation
And what
for
happened?
himself to clearly win. Oh, my bad. He set the expectation for himself to clearly
We
win.
talk about Surf so much, is what happened. We talk about Surf so
And
much,
then
is
he
what
did.
happened.
That's all.
Not
Surf
only
did
that,
Surf did this.
let's go back further. He said that the man didn't want smoke when he was running.
Right. He's done.
Now let's ask him: was he ducking to save you, or was he ducking? Like, what was he ducking for? Now the nigga's weird, so I don't know what he was ducking. I can't say what he was ducking for. You feel what I'm saying?
He was ducking until Houston.
And then it was tipping on 4-4s when he was done back. Like he was up there looking crazy. So
I'm gonna do a bar for bar breakdown on this situation.
We got to.
Experience this.
Like I said, John wasn't ass. His
I know, so when I
material
do
content
the
was
bar
there.
for bar breakdown, you're gonna see that he
Yeah,
had a lot
he
of
had some shit. His the translate it was lost in translation. That ability to have, like, you take material, you write material on paper, you memorize material, and then there's this conduit. It's called delivery, which you give it to the audience. And he didn't do that. That conduit failed him. And I think that once again we need to highlight that with emphasis, with great emphasis, that the weirdo nigga definitely should get his praise for what he did in this battle. Not just that 3 rounds. It's not just having 3 rounds.
I can get Surf on champion.
It's not just having 3 rounds.
I can get Surf. I never asked nobody. And I asked you in the beginning 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I can get Surf on champion. So let's you know what I mean?
What that mean?
What you mean what that means? A lot of you saying a lot of
What
stuff.
does that mean?
You saying a lot of stuff. Just let you know you're saying a lot of stuff.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Niggas know what's up, man.
Yeah.
Niggas know what's up, man.
Like the hoodie Horseman?
And this is me. I thought me and him had a better rapport than that, but that nigga got on there.
He called you edge.
Yeah, so it's
Slap
like,
you with the deuce and all that.
and
I'm not
it's
trying to get a battle. I would never do that.
And
I would never try to get a battle.
respectfully, I'm not mad at that. Like I'm not mad at that in the professional sense, but in terms of like, man, like, it was weird. Like, you got on stage, like, we supposed to have been a little bit better. I thought, but I was wrong. Clearly, I'm not gonna be. You're not gonna catch me off guard. Like, oh man, I put that past Surf. Nah, it's never nothing like that. He's a weirdo. He does weirdo shit.
All right, we can move on though. Next battle.
Weirdo.
Card. I'm not mistaken, it was.
K-Shine versus How to Die.
Oh shit. Everyone knows.
Yes, I do.
How to Die versus K-Shine. I was expecting this to be like one of the.
I know real niggas ain't gon' sleep when it's beef in the street. We be all on go. If it gotta be, let it be. But a nigga guaranteed, nigga will need the law. Oh no, that's what this Glock for with my hand, nigga. Got a drum attached like a band member. Fuck a rumble, I'ma have 100 up and I can double up another can, nigga. Big dog, I am, nigga.